Okay, so yesterday I made SOS shit on the shingle, and I felt that I was doing you people an in-service because I was doing my dad's recipe, which he just uses water and takes a couple of shortcuts. He just does it quick and dirty. But after reading some of your comments, I thought, maybe I think I can improve on it, and I want to try the methods that you people suggested, such as making the roux and using milk instead of water. So I am still going to follow the. I'm even adding a little bit of chicken stock. That's one of those little cube bouillons, and I got a razor blade and sliced some powder off of it, which I'm going to introduce into the milk so that when I put the milk in, it has a little bit of that. I was thinking of using chicken broth, but I want to try it with straight milk instead of water and see how it comes out. So I'm already preheating my pans. I have this one going on, so I'm going to hit the ground beef right away. Now, as you have seen, people say that, oh, maybe I should put a little bit of oil in here before I did this. But that's why I like my thing. I just slap a little bit of oil on there just to get it going. You're going to need a little bit of liquid in the roux anyway, so might as well. So as you know, one of the big flavors in shit on the shingle is pepper. So right off the bat, as I'm doing this hamburger meat, I am going to hit it with pepper. Lots of pepper. I turned down the heat because I'm not ready to do the bread yet, but let's go ahead and get a bunch of pepper in there. I'll probably add a little bit more towards the end. And whenever I do ground beef, I always like to hit it with garlic, salt, and pepper for flavor. Now, ground beef doesn't take too long to cook, so you don't want to overdo it. Once you've seen that there's a lot of juice, the fat coming out of the meat, then you probably want to start adding everything else. So in this case, that's, onions. So at this point, we're going to add the onions. Get that going. That's looking nice. Okay, so I'm going to hit this with butter and throw on the toast and get that going. And I like to stir it around so that you don't get any of that butter to overcook and burn, because that doesn't, it makes your toast come out with some weird edges. So I like to suck up all the toast, all the butter onto the toast, and then let that go for a little bit. Now with this, as you can see, we've created some juice in here. So I'm going to tilt it down like that and separate out the juice, because I'm going to need that for the roux. I tend to get pretty good ground beef, so that's not a lot of liquid in there. I'm going to add a good amount of butter. Hopefully it'll melt quickly. I've never made it like this, so we're going to see how this comes out. Okay, so I was going to separate the ground beef, but I think I can manage to make that roux right here off to the side. Get that heat back up on high. Now what we're going to do is add a couple of tablespoons of flour. They're not heaping, they're a little bit over a tablespoon, but so now, as you can see, by mixing in the butter into that flour, it's going to start to sizzle and make a roux. That is exactly what we want to do. Let's check our bread. Can be more toastier to. Oh, you know what? My letting out gas. The flame didn't turn on. Okay, let that go. So as you can see, this is creating a roux. You got to mix it because the flour will stick to the bottom if you're not careful. You want to sizzle your flour until you, just for a couple of minutes, till you smell that aroma of flour, which I'm starting to smell right now. So then you could just throw the meat right into it and dump in the milk with, like I said, I added the chicken bouillon. You may need to add more milk, may not, I don't know. Sometimes it might be too watery, who knows. Like I said, I'm just playing with this recipe a little bit, never done it. This way anyway. So now, you want to mix that flour into the milk, because that 2 tablespoons of flour is what's going to make this milk thicken. Toast still needs a little bit more. It's coming out real nice and toasty though. I don't even own a toaster. This is the way I always make my toast. Okay, I'm going to let this simmer. Have some more. This is my coffee. I like to use the sweet creamer, and I threw in a shot of Bird Dog, chocolate Bird Dog in here. It's pretty good coffee. So we'll see you after this simmer.